Hello all, welcome to GetintoIAS, and in this video we are going to deal with the environmental related questions which was asked in 2015 preliminary examination. So let's deal with the first question. Which of the following national parks is unique in being a swamp with floating vegetation that supports a rich biodiversity? So in this area, this floating vegetation is called as Pumdis. And then we have the deer called as the dancing deer or the Shanghai deer present in this region. So from the options what I told you all, let's revise. Option A tells us the Baitarkanika National Park, B. Kibul Lamjau National Park, C. Keoladeo Ghana National Park, and D. Sultanpur National Park. Accordingly, the answer is B, that is the Kibul Lamjau National Park, which is present in Manipur. Let's move to the next question. Which can be the impact of excessive inappropriate use of nitrogenous fertilizers in agriculture? Option 1 states proliferation of nitrogen fixing microorganisms in soil can occur. Option 2, increase in the acidity of the soil can take place. Option 3, leaching of nitrate to the groundwater can occur. So from the options above, you can choose the answers. I'll give the explanation. Nitrification is an important system in agriculture. So nitrification is an important process in the agriculture where fertilizer is often applied as ammonia. So in order to give nitrogen to the plants, fertilizer is applied in form of ammonia. And then the conversion of this ammonia to nitrate increases nitrogen leaching because nitrate is more water soluble than ammonia. So what is happening is you are applying the fertilizer in forms of ammonia, and then this ammonia is turned to nitrogen, and this nitrogen is very much soluble in what? Water, and then they leach into the groundwater. Next one, agriculture fertilization and the use of nitrogen fixing plants also contribute to atmospheric nitrogen oxides. That is, you're fertilizing the agriculture, right? And then the use of nitrogen fixing plants. You're using nitrogen fixing plants. So these two also contribute to the atmospheric nitrogen oxides by promoting nitrogen fixation by microorganisms. So some microorganisms are there which fix the nitrogen and help the plants. So this excessive nitrogen oxide leads to acidic rain. We already saw about the acid rain, mainly because of the cause of sulfur and nitrogen. That is, acid rain will lower the pH value. What is lowering of pH value is the increase of acidity in the soil. So the lowering of pH value, that is when acid rain comes down, it will lower the pH value in the soil. Lowering of pH value means the acidity of the soil will increase. And then the legume rhizobium symbiosis is a classic example of mutualism. That is, both are getting benefited. It's called as mutualism. The legume plant and the rhizobium bacteria, both are getting benefited. That is called as mutualism. So the rhizobia supply ammonia or amino acid to the plant, and in return it receives the organic acid as a carbon and energy source. So this is mutualism. So the plant is receiving ammonia or ammonia acids, but in turn this bacteria is receiving what? Energy. So excessive and inappropriate use of nitrogen fertilizers can make the plants independent of both symbiotic and free living nitrogen fixers. So if you use more amount of fertilizer, that is nitrogen based fertilizers, what will happen is the symbiotic relationship, that is a mutualism between the plant and the rhizobium bacteria, will get cut down, and hence you are breaking down the symbiotic relationship. So the first point is wrong because proliferation of nitrogen fixing microorganisms in soil can occur, it's given. No, it cannot occur because you are adding too much of fertilizer. So option 2 and 3 is only the correct answer. Moving to the next question. With reference to the International Union for Conservation of Nature and Natural Resources, IUCN, and the Convention of International Trade in Endangered Species of Wild Fauna and Flora, that is the CITES, which of the following statement are correct? First one, IUCN is an organ of the United Nations and CITES is an international agreement between the governments. Second one, IUCN runs thousands of field projects around the world to better manage natural environments. Third one, CITES is legally binding on the states that have joined it, but this convention does not take place of national laws. So coming to the explanation, IUCN is an NGO. So we already dealt that traffic is an NGO. Same way, IUCN is also an NGO. But CITES is an international agreement between two governments. That is, it is intergovernmental agreement or multilateral treaty. So CITES is based on two governments, but IUCN is an NGO and not government based. So the first option is wrong because they have told IUCN is the organ of the United Nations. No, it's not government based, it is an NGO. But then the second part of the first question is right because CITES is an international agreement between governments, that is intergovernmental agreement. And coming to the second option, IUCN runs thousands of field projects around the world to better manage natural environments, definitely correct. And third one, CITES is legally binding on the states that have joined it, but this convention does not take place of national laws. So you don't need to have national laws to implement the convention under CITES. So option B, 2 and 3 only is the correct answer. Moving to the next question, with reference to fly ash produced by power plants using the coal as fuel, which of the following statement are correct? So in most of the thermal plants, you use coal, and this coal produces the fly ash, that is the small particles which contain suspended particulate matter. So first one, fly ash can be used in the production of bricks for building construction. Second one, fly ash can be used as a replacement for some of the Portland cement contents of concrete. Third one, fly ash is made up of silicon dioxide and calcium oxides only and does not contain any toxic element. So option 1 and 2 is correct, that option A is correct because you can use these fly ash in the production of bricks and you can replace this fly ash for cement of up to 35%. And third one is wrong because it does not contain any they have given it does not contain any toxic elements. And then what are the components of fly ash? Fly ash contains heavy toxic elements like arsenic, cobalt and lead. So these are the elements present inside fly ash. Moving to the next question, with reference to dugong, a mammal found in India, which of the following statement are correct? First one, it is a herbivorous marine animal. Second one, it is found along the entire coast of India. Third one, it is given legal protection under Schedule 1 of Wildlife Protection Act of 1972. So which of the following option is correct? Option 1 and 3, that is option C is the correct answer because this dugong is definitely a herbivorous animal. It eats the sea grasses and aquatic plants found in the shallow ocean region. So this dugong is listed as vulnerable herbivorous mammal. So this dugong is listed as vulnerable in the IUCN list. And then coming to the Wildlife Protection Act of 1972, it is listed in Schedule 1. So moving to the next question, which one of the following is the national aquatic animal of India? So we have already dealt with this. The national aquatic animal of India is the Gangetic dolphin. Seventh one, which one of the following regions of India have a combination of mangrove forest, evergreen forest and deciduous forest? It has all the three combinations, that is the mangrove forest, evergreen forest and the deciduous forest. So A, North Coastal Andhra Pradesh, Southwest Bengal, Southern Saurashtra, Andaman and Nicobar Islands. So the North Coastal Andhra Pradesh has deciduous and mangrove forest. So the northern part of the Andhra Pradesh, the coastal region of the Andhra Pradesh contains deciduous and mangrove forest. So option 1 is not correct. Option 2, Southwest Bengal, that is the Southwest Bengal has mangrove, semi-evergreen and moist deciduous forest. So option 2 is also wrong. Coming to option 3, Southern Saurashtra has dry deciduous and tropical thorn forest. So option 3 is also not right. So what is then right? Option D, Andaman and Nicobar Islands has mangrove forest, evergreen forest and deciduous forest. So option D is the correct answer. Coming to the next question, which one of the following is associated with the issues of control and phasing out of use of ozone depleting substances? So we have already dealt with ozone depleting substances in our videos. Please have a look at that. A, Bretton Woods Conference, B, Montreal Protocol, C, Kyoto Protocol and D, Nagoya Protocol. So Kyoto Protocol is related to the climate change, that is the annexed countries, non-annexed countries, clean development mechanism. And what about Nagoya Protocol? Nagoya Protocol comes under the CBD, that is the Cartagena Protocol for Living Modified Organism, and the Nagoya Protocol for sharing benefits arising out of it comes under the CBD and not under ozone depleting substance. So what comes under ozone depleting substances? The Montreal Protocol, which enlists the ozone depleting substances. So option B is the correct answer. And what about Bretton Woods Conference? Bretton Woods Conference established the International Bank for Reconstruction and Development, that is the IBDR Bank, and the International Monetary Fund. So for this, the correct answer is Montreal Protocol. Moving to the next question, what is Rio +20 conference often mentioned in the news? So it is United Nations Conference on Sustainable Development. It is a ministerial meeting of the World Trade Organization. It is a conference of the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, that is the IPCC. D. It is a conference of the member countries of the Convention on Biological Diversity, that is the CBD. So the Earth Summit, right, which happened in 1992, also known as the United Nations Conference on Environment and Development, UNCED. So the Earth Summit, which took place in 1992 in Rio, is also called as what? The United Nations Conference on Environment and Development, UNCED. Accordingly, what happened was, as it followed up the World Summit on Sustainable Development, that is Rio plus 10 years, that is from 1992, 2002 is 10 years ahead of it. So the Rio plus 10 summit was held. Accordingly, the sustainable development was spoken on, and then this happened in Johannesburg, South Africa. And the next meet, which happened in 2012. So the first meet was in 1992, which held in Rio. Second meet was in 2002, which was held in Johannesburg, South Africa. And the third meet was held in 2012. That is called as the United Nations Conference on Sustainable Development, was held in Rio and is commonly called as Rio +20 or the Rio Earth Summit 2012. So what about the Rio Earth Summit 2012 or the Rio +20? It is option A. It is the United Nations Conference on Sustainable Development. So all this is related to sustainable development only. Moving to the next question, which of the following statement regarding Green Climate Fund are correct? First one, it is intended to assist the developing countries in adaptation and mitigation practices to counter climate change. Next one, it is founded under the aegis of UNEP, OECD, ADB and World Bank. So coming to the Green Climate Fund, the Green Climate Fund is a fund within the framework of UNFCCC. So this Green Climate Fund comes within the framework of what? UNFCCC. So it is a mechanism to redistribute money from the developed to the developing world. So the money goes from the developed to the developing world under this fund. The Green Climate Fund will help developing countries financially in adapting mitigation practices to counter what? Climate change. So accordingly, option 1 only is the correct answer, but coming to 2, it comes under the framework of UNFCCC and not under UNEP or OECD or ADB or the World Bank. Moving to the next question, which one of the following national parks has a climate that varies from tropical to subtropical to temperate and Arctic? So, some national park in India has a varying climate, that is from tropical, it goes to subtropical and to temperate and to Arctic. So, where is that national park? First one, Kanchenjunga National Park. Second one, Nanda Devi National Park. Third one, Neoran Valley National Park. Fourth one, Namdapha National Park. So, the answer for this is, I'll let you all know. Let's see about the Kanchenjunga National Park. So, the Kanchenjunga National Park and the Nanda Devi National Park lies in the Greater Himalayas. So there is a part called as the Greater Himalayas. This Kanchenjunga and the Nanda Devi lies in the Greater Himalayas. Where does the Neora Valley National Park lie? It lies near Darjeeling, that is in the Shivalik region. And then what about the Namdapha National Park? The Namdapha National Park lies in the Purvanchal Hills in Arunachal Pradesh. So the Purvanchal Hills is a range of hills that is found from Arunachal Pradesh. So, in the Namdapha National Park located in Arunachal Pradesh, the climate varies from tropical to subtropical to temperate to Arctic. It is tropical and subtropical in the southern region, while it is of Arctic type in the northern part of the park. So, this Namdapha National Park, right, in the southern part, it has tropical and subtropical climate, and in the northern part it has Arctic climate. So the correct answer for this is option D, Namdapha National Park, which is found in Arunachal Pradesh. Moving to the next question. BioCarbon Fund Initiative for Sustainable Forest Landscapes is managed by whom? So, BioCarbon Fund Initiative for Sustainable Forest Landscape is managed by whom? Option A, ADB, option B, International Monetary Fund, option C, United Nations Environment Program, option D, World Bank. So, the correct explanation for this is the BioCarbon Fund Initiative for Sustainable Forest Landscape, that is ISFL, is a multilateral fund supported by donor governments and managed by the World Bank. So the option D is the correct answer. That is, the money is pooled from various governments which have been given voluntarily, and that is managed by the World Bank. Coming to the next question. The Genetic Engineering Appraisal Committee is constituted under the what Act? So the Genetic Engineering Appraisal Committee is constituted under what Act? A. Food Safety and Standard Act 2006. B. Geographical Indication of Goods Act 1999. C. Environment Protection Act of 1986. D. Wildlife Protection Act of 1972. So the Genetic Engineering Appraisal Committee is the apex body constituted in the Ministry of Environment and Forest under rules of manufacture, use, import, export and storage of hazardous microorganisms or genetically engineered organisms or cells in 1989 under the Environment Protection Act of 1986. So, the Genetic Engineering Appraisal Committee was constituted under the Environment Protection Act of 1986 because it managed the rules for manufacturing, usage, import, export and storage of what? Hazardous microorganisms and genetically engineered organisms or cells. So, option C is the correct answer. So, moving to the next one. In a particular region in India, the local people train the roots of living trees into robust bridges across the streams. As the time passes, these bridges become stronger. These unique living root bridges are found where? So, you would have very well known about the living root bridges which is found in where? Meghalaya. So, option A, Meghalaya is the correct answer, and it is an important tourist spot because down the water will be flowing and the top you will be moving in a living root bridge. Coming to the next question, consider the following states: Arunachal Pradesh, Himachal Pradesh and Mizoram. In which of the following states do tropical wet evergreen forest occur? So, where does the tropical wet evergreen forest occur? So, the Himachal Pradesh has many varieties of forest but not wet evergreen. So, the Himachal Pradesh region, right, they have many varieties of forest except the wet evergreen. The Purvanchal Hills, right, it starts at the bend in the Namcha Barwa, which is in Arunachal Pradesh. So, we already saw about the Purvanchal Hills. This Purvanchal Hill starts in Arunachal Pradesh, especially in the Namcha Barwa. So, the wet evergreen forests are scattered all along the Purvanchal Hills. So, the correct answer for this is option 1 and 3, that is C. Arunachal Pradesh and Mizoram has tropical wet evergreen forest. Moving to the next question with reference to Forest Carbon Partnership Facility. What? Forest Carbon Partnership Facility. Which of the following statement are correct? First one, it is a global partnership of governments, business, civil society and indigenous peoples. Second one, it provides financial aid to universities, individual scientists and institutions involved in scientific forestry research to develop eco-friendly and climate adaptation technologies for sustainable forest management. Option 3, it states the countries in the REDD+, that is reducing emissions from deforestation and forest degradation plus efforts by providing them with financial and technical assistance. So, what is this Forest Carbon Partnership Facility? Under this, it provides financial incentives to countries in their REDD+ efforts. That is option 1 and 3 is the correct answer. Option 2 is not correct because under 1, this Forest Carbon Partnership Facility is a global partnership of governments, business people, civil societies and indigenous people. And option 3, it gives financial support to the REDD plus efforts. Moving to the next question. With reference to an organization known as BirdLife International, which of the following statement are correct? First one, it is a global partnership of conservation organization. So BirdLife International is a global partnership of conservation organization. Second one, the concept of biodiversity hotspot originated from this organization. Third one, it identifies the sites known or referred to as important birds and biodiversity areas. So the correct answer for this is option 1 and 3, that is option C, that is the BirdLife International is a global partnership of conservation organizations. They came together and started the BirdLife International, but the concept of biodiversity hotspot did not originate from this international. Third one, they identify sites known or referred to as important bird and biodiversity area. So option 3 is the correct answer. Moving to the next question, in India, in which one of the following types of forest is teak a dominant tree? So in which forest can you find teak? Option A, tropical moist deciduous forest, B, tropical rainforest, C, tropical thorn scrub forest, 4, temperate forest with grassland. So wherever you see the word deciduous, in that place teak grows very abundantly. So option A, tropical moist deciduous forest is the place where teak grows. Coming to the next question, which one of the following is the best description of the term ecosystem? So we have already dealt with the term ecosystem in our videos, so please have a watch. So option A, a community of organisms interacting with each other, is that ecosystem? Option B, the part of the earth which is inhabited by living organisms. Option C, the community of organisms together with the environment in which they live. Option D, the flora and fauna of a geographical area. So what is an ecosystem? An ecosystem will have a lot of living organisms inside that, and the living organism will interact with each other and with their environment. So accordingly, option C, a community of organisms together with the environment in which they live is called as an ecosystem. And then moving to the next question, with reference to bio-toilets used by the Indian Railways, consider the following statements. First one, the decomposition of human waste in the bio-toilets is initiated by the fungal inoculum. Option 2, ammonia and water vapor are the only end products in this decomposition which are released in the atmosphere. So which one is the correct answer? Option D is the correct answer, neither 1 and 2. Why? Because the decomposition of human waste in the biotoilets is not done by the fungus inoculum, but it is done by the anaerobic bacteria. Anaerobic bacteria is nothing but the bacteria which decomposes the waste in absence of oxygen. And then the end products are not ammonia and water vapor. Instead, they are carbon dioxide and methane which is produced in the biotoilets. So moving to the next question, with reference to Indian Renewable Energy Development Agency Limited, that is IREDA, which one of the following statement are correct? First one, it is a public limited government company. Second one, it is a non-banking financial company. So what is the right answer here? Both 1 and 2 are right, because the IREDA, that is the Indian Renewable Energy Development Agency Limited, is what is? It is a public limited government company enlisted as NBFCs, that is a non-banking financial company which acts like a bank. What these do? These gives loans to the renewable energy projects. So under the motto energy forever. So option 1 and 2, that is both 1 and 2 are the right answers. So we have done with the preliminary questions. Thank you for watching.